Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In the previous video, we talked about the states of matter, and today, taking a step further, and let's talk about the atoms and their structure. First of all, what is an atom? I'm sure you have heard the word atom in chemistry. Actually, this atom is a very tiny particle, and it is considered as the basic building block of matter. So this word is derived from a Greek word called atomos, which means indivisible. At that time, they thought that this atom cannot be further divided. So that's why they call this as atomos. So with the different scientific experimentations, these scientists found that this atom is containing three subatomic particles. So one is an electron, the other one is the proton, and the other one is a neutron. And if we consider this atom to be a very tiny ball, and if you imagine if we go inside of this very tiny ball, what you can observe is something similar to our solar system. It's like our sun is being the center, whereas the planets been spinning around it. Same as that, inside of this atom, we can observe some orbits are spinning around some particles present within the center, while some particles collected together and they are present within the center, and some other particles are this spinning around it. So if we zoom into it, we can see two different types of particles present within the center. So before that, you may have a question that this particle that's spinning around. So actually, it is we called as the electron. So first, this electron was founded by J.J. Thomson. He conducted an experiment using a cathode ray tube, and he was able to found that these generate negative charges, so that he stated it as the basic unit of electricity. But these negative charges were named as electrons by a scientist called Stoney. And I think you can see that there is something inner to these orbits. So there is a specific name given to that. Actually, according to Rutherford, he named this inner part as the nucleus. So this in the diagram you can see it in two different colors. That means this nucleus is containing two different types of particles. So what are they? They are protons and neutrons. So together we call these as the nucleons. So what are present within the nucleus? Nucleons. So protons are positively charged, while neutrons, they have no charge. So you may have a question that how can I say that the nucleus bears the almost all the weight? Like this nucleus, it is very tiny, but it bears almost all the weight of the atom. So you may have a question that how it happened like that, because there are electrons. So answer is because protons and neutrons each have a mass nearly 2000 times greater than electrons. Since electrons are so tiny, their mass is negligible. Alright, now I want you guys to get a clear idea on this Rutherford experiment, because he did a great contribution regarding this atomic model. So here in this video, it's about his experiment, and it is called as the gold foil experiment. So these are the apparatus that used for this experiment, and Actually, this experiment was conducted by Rutherford's student under the guidance of him. And you can see that these are the apparatus. Actually, this alpha particle emitter is there, slits are there, detection screen is there. So this detection screen is actually zinc sulfide is used for that. So it is this screen is used to observe the alpha particles stuck on it, and so as you can see, these alpha particles, they pass through this alpha particle emitter, and then they finally reach to this. This is the gold foil, and they fall onto this gold foil. All right. As you can see that there are some alpha particles that pass through the gold foil without any deflection, and some particles show very slight deflection when moving through the foil. And as you can see, very few particles, they reflect back like this. So what is the reason? So this actually happens because the most of the alpha particles that move through the gold foil was due to the large empty space in the atom. And then why the alpha particles get deflected? It's because of the positive charges concentrated within the nucleus. So I will continue the video and you will clear that thing. So this is how the alpha particles pass through this gold foil. So then some get deflected while some get reflected. So this is how he conduct this gold foil experiment, and this is how he found out that these presence, he actually didn't mention clearly that this is nucleus, but he just give a prediction about that. And also he proved these positive charges present within it, and that's why these alpha particles get deflected. And then now let's move into the discovery of the neutron. So actually, Rutherford didn't mention about neutrons. He didn't give that, he just gave a prediction of it. Actually, this experiment was conducted by a scientist called James Chadwick, and he was the person who discovered the presence of the neutrons. And what he did was he took a thin sheet of beryllium with alpha particles. So in this diagram, you can see a beryllium sheet, and then these and alpha particles, and then he placed these charged particles, charged particle counter in front. And what he observed that this counter didn't show any deflection. Then again, he placed a thin layer of paraffin wax. And then he observed the charged particles were emitted. So how can this happen? So later, he came to the conclusion that these neutral particles are emitted from this beryllium sheet. So due to the alpha particle. and he confirmed the existence of neutrons, which was previously predicted by Rutherford. So that's how these subatomic particles were discovered by the scientist. So when we summarize it, actually the electrons were discovered by J.J. Thomson, and then it was named as electron, the name given by a scientist called Stoney, and later the protons were discovered by Rutherford, and finally this neutron were discovered by James Chadwick. So these are three main subatomic particles that are present within the atom. So I hope that I covered this what is atom and its structure very clearly, and I hope that you guys got a knowledge regarding the atom and its related stuff, and you can give your ideas in the comment section, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Alright, so that's all for today. See you in the next one.